Stay safe as you visit Kenya's magnificent beaches. Holidays can be short, don't make life that short. Kenya Maritime Authority ensures your safety in the Kenyan waters. Are you playing your part? Wear your life jacket before going on board. Keep a close watch on children when swimming. Do not stand. Refuse to board a full boat. Stay away from the waters if you're drinking alcohol. Holidays are fun, but don't make it this the last time you enjoy. Kenya Maritime Authority ensures your safety in water. Our call and rescue center is open 24 hours. In case of emergencies, call.
Build them a house that years can't touch. Build them a home that makes them feel safe and loved. Build them a house that lives up to your dreams. When you build a home, build it with Nguvu cement from Bamburi. That is reliable and trusted to build durable structures. Because homes are built to last forever.
Awesome! Brought to you by Kenya Engineer, Kenya Maritime Authority and Bamburi Cement. Awesome! Everything around you has been engineered. Are you tired of reading sensational news items on government contracts? You know, the propaganda type of I don't know what the bank has given some billions to some road projects. You know what I'm talking about. Are you in need of in-depth analysis of how engineering has influenced Kenya, or rather revolutionized humanity? And of course, you've heard about the Malaysias, the Singapores, the tattoo cities. Do you want to know the story behind the tragedies, collapsed buildings, or know the mightier power in those Kawasaki engines? Or passionate about technology and innovation, the iWatch thing, the Akina CGR, the Storos, ati how can railway be standard and have gauges? Or are you looking for tenders, engineering jobs, suppliers? Then join the Kenya engineering community. Get a copy by dialing 0719-207712 or join the Kenya Engineer online community www.kenyaengineer.co.ke.
We believe that this industry will be driven by the competently skilled people. We have enough Kenyans who are well suited, who are well educated. Kenyans have a good command of English from when they are young, and therefore we do not need to import skills in this area. We need to develop our own local skills, local youth to take up the jobs in the sector.
The English Point Marina, Mombasa. Imagining yourself living in this house. The epitome of luxury, overlooking the clear, warm waters of the Indian Ocean and the white sands. Constructed with both design and environmental considerations, homes such as this are springing up in Nairobi and the coast, placing the two cities as the best performing in the world. The Kenyan housing sector has grown to meet the growing demand for commercial and residential houses. Boosted by the huge investments and technological advancements, the sector is poised to grow further as better financing products are released into the market and engineers continue to come up with better technologies to build modern houses.
So Bamburi Cement, through its parent company Lafarge, launched the Affordable Housing Initiative 4 years ago to address the housing needs of low-income families. The main objective of this initiative is to improve housing conditions for 2 million people by 2020. This initiative has a multi-segment approach which includes housing microfinance, slum rehabilitation, earth and cement, and mass housing.
Did you know that Bamburi Powercrete is the first 52.5 grade cement in the region? The housing deficit in Kenya stood at 2 million in 2012 and continues to grow at a rate of over 200,000 units a year. All buildings should be designed to enable use by persons with disability. Any room intended for an office or habitation shall have a height of not less than 2.4 meters. A domestic building should be so sited as to leave an open space 6 meters wide immediately in front of it. Housing is a basic need. From our homes to offices, buildings house people and businesses in the modern world. The old saying that signs of construction are signs of economic growth is very true and applies for Kenya. The fates of construction and building industries have ebbed with the performance of Kenya's economic situation. In the early years of Kenya's independence, the government saw the need to enforce a housing legislation to meet the urban population. However, with population explosion beginning in the late 70s, the government was unable to meet the housing need and began promoting thrift and home ownership through affordable mortgage facilities to citizens. This is how institutions such as the Housing Finance Company of Kenya, currently known as Housing Finance, were formed.
Converting rent payers into homeowners. It is a journey that we've worked on over the last 50 years. It is a journey that is filled with a lot of challenges, but also with a lot of opportunities. Now, some of the challenges we face as a country around housing, one is around housing supply. For many years, up until 2002, when as a country we started focusing on infrastructure development, we started coming up with incentives for developers to go into housing. There was very little housing supply in this country. In fact, you could probably say the main supply of housing in this country was the government through National Housing Corporation. But at the same time, it's a country with a high population growth rate and a country with a very young population that needs to be housed in one form or other. The other key challenge, of course, has been around infrastructure development, because housing relies on the presence of access through roads, power, water, sewage, etc. We which primarily is responsible for the government. Again, the government has a lot of other responsibilities, and so not being able to fully achieve that challenge. And that has also hampered the supply of housing.
However, this remedy was not enough. Apart from the mortgages being inaccessible to the majority of Kenyans, other challenges such as poor and lack of supportive infrastructure such as roads, sewage systems and utility lines made it very difficult for Kenyans to afford high-quality housing. Several factors such as poverty, corruption and laxity in enforcing the housing code and lack of urban planning led to the rise of informal settlements and substandard housing across most urban centers. Even the rural areas were not spared. While poverty has played a big role in influencing the type of houses for Kenyans across the country, mostly influenced by cultural preferences, many Kenyans are yet to enjoy modern-day houses. Today, engineers are faced with the double challenge of working to transform these colossal historical mistakes while meeting today's challenge of providing affordable, modern-day housing that will meet the environmental and financial concerns of Kenyans. The large sprawling slums in the city of Nairobi, such as Kibera and Mathare, are a dark mark of city's landscape. The houses, nearly half of the city's residents, are blighted with substandard temporary housing structures, poor infrastructure, poor sanitation, lack of utilities such as water and electricity, and pose a huge security risk. However, if Kenya is to achieve Vision 2030, these slums must be transformed into modern-day houses and must be affordable to the residents. Through projects such as the Kenya Slum Upgrading Program are being enforced, but with a goal to upgrade slums by the year 2020, this program is fraught with its own socio-political and economic challenges. Engineers keen on addressing this issue have been continually working to improve the quality of materials with the intention of reducing the cost of putting up a house while retaining high-quality houses that are environmentally friendly.
We want to contribute by the quality of our products, the quality of our solutions, to building a better Kenya. We are now moving from products to solutions. And we are now building a partnership with some microfinance institutions to be part of this lending process between someone who has a low to middle income and who wants to borrow money to a microfinance institution. We want to offer the possibility to bring a technical support to both the borrower and the bank. First, to help the borrower to have a better idea of the cost of his project by offering him technical advice, build of quantities, showing him drawings, standard drawings that we have been preparing, in order that he can have a good idea for himself, but also that the bank is having a good level of confidence in the total cost, and it can be a way for building a trust, a relationship of trust between the bank, the borrower, and the technical advisor.
are efforts to introduce prefabricated houses which are manufactured in factories and assembled on-site. It is expected that these houses will revolutionize the Kenyan building sector and replace brick and mortar houses. The challenge with prefabs, as they are commonly called, is that many Kenyans do not trust them and consider them inferior to brick and mortar houses. There is need for a sensitization campaign and information sharing to help Kenyans and developers understand and appreciate this technology. Other efforts most applicable in rural areas are the use of interlocking blocks, where the blocks are made using locally available soil, making them easily accessible and saving on huge transport costs. This technology also consumes less cement, making it cheaper in the long run. Despite these challenges in the slums, Kenya's residential housing sector has been experiencing a nearly 20% annual growth in the last 10 years. Boosted by economic change and a growing middle-income class, many Kenyans have taken up building houses. Modern estates are coming up all over the country. The demand for commercial buildings has also risen up as entrepreneurships and investment rise, creating a demand for office and factory space across major towns. These have been encouraged by further devolution, with businesses setting up country-based offices that have boosted commerce into nearly every market center across the country. This growth, however, comes with its own challenges, namely planning and affordability. Kenyan towns are largely unplanned, with developers putting up houses in an ad hoc manner in spite of any existing regulations to the contrary. This situation is so bad that many residential estates are so packed and there are no access to roads, no running sewage systems, and they overtax existing water and electricity utilities. These deplorable conditions are a death trap. In case of fire or other disasters, it is impossible for help or salvage to be done. Even worse, such overcrowding denies necessary access to utilities and sanitation, worsening the living standards of these houses. The other rising challenge with the housing boom has been the poor workmanship of contractors, with most artisans being poorly qualified to manage such projects. This has led to some serious cases of houses collapsing, poor utilities set up, and substandard buildings. The pending National Construction Authority bill is therefore eagerly awaited, and it is expected to streamline the sector. Some developers have already begun implementing these modern housing estates. These estates are affordable and well planned. They've been designed to meet the needs of modern families and include such amenities as space for public parks, playgrounds, schools, hospitals, commercial centers, and good infrastructure. The success of these estates means that in the end, it will also fall up to Kenyans to work together to build their own communities by contributing towards aesthetic and infrastructural aspects such as tree planting, beautification, access roads, community safety, and others. Engineers will continue to work to improve the innovations and technologies used in building and construction, seeking ways to improve the cost and quality of housing in the country. Such advancements as industry-assembled structures will also shorten the time it will take to construct a house, ultimately making it possible for Kenyans of all walks of life to afford decent housing. In our next episode, we look at roads in Kenya. Join us as we find out how engineers are engaged in constructing and making the road infrastructure work for Kenyans.
Take one for the leaders of the nation, for the painting of a brand new state, for the leaders of the true soil, for another foundation. Take one for the leaders of the nation, for the painting of a brand new state, for the leaders of the true soil, for the movers and shakers. Set this go someplace, them somewhere for nobody else. To set this course, having a clear appearance beyond the mountains, above the sky. Yeah, we got the same spirit, man, we aiming high, cause we got the power, the dreams to achieve. In everything we do, education is the key. Education is the key. Take one for the leaders of the nation, for the painting of a brand.
Build them a house that years can't touch. Build them a home that makes them feel safe and loved. Build them a house that lives up to your dreams. When you build a home, build it with Nguvu cement from Bamburi. That is reliable and trusted to build durable structures. Because homes are built to last forever.
Stay safe as you visit Kenya's magnificent beaches. Holidays can be short, don't make life that short. Kenya Maritime Authority ensures your safety in the Kenyan waters. Are you playing your part? Wear your life jacket before going on board. Keep a close watch on children when swimming. Do not stand, refuse to board a full boat. Stay away from the waters if you're drinking alcohol. Holidays are fun, but don't make it this the last time you enjoy. Kenya Maritime Authority ensures your safety in water. Our call and rescue center is open 24 hours. In case of emergencies, call